This podcast contains explicit content.
Let's begin the show by starting it.
Hardly focused.
This podcast is hardly focused.
And it gets significantly more vulgar.
Dissecting the news one tangent at a time.
When there's nothing left to burn, you have to set yourself on fire.
Everybody, hello and welcome to Hardly Focused, the 486th episode on the 10th of January in the year of our Lord 2021, or as some may argue, it is the 39th of December 2020.
Correct.
The year we thought was going to get off to a great start, and it's, unless you've been living under a rock, we all know what happened. You can get us at hardlyfocused.com. You can find us on your favorite podcast app. Just search there for Hardly Focused. And you can also watch us on our YouTube channel at hardlyfocused.com/YouTube. And also Nate, the Space Bear comedy channel at hardlyfocused.com/Nate.
Please subscribe. I'm in my parents' basement right now.
And what a basement he's in.
Yes.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Very quickly, now thanks to the power of a small advertising budget, we got over 1,000 views on our All Gas No Brakes watch this video, whatever you want to call it.
Hey.
The four of us watching, the four of us, I mean the three of us plus Kate, watching All Gas No Brakes at the Flat Earth Conference, posted that on YouTube, contributed a small bit of advertising money, and 1,000 views later and several new subscribers later, here we are. So if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hardlyfocus.com.
Here we are now. Entertain us.
Click the subscribe and make sure you hit the bell icon to get all the notifications. Be sure to comment.
I'll tell you this, I will never ever do that in any of our videos.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't do it.
I will never do that. The most you'll get is me telling you during the podcast, in the briefest way possible, subscribe to our channel. And I'll try to get the URL correctly, even if I have it written down in front of me.
Yeah, I'm bad at it. I don't promote. I try. Or not really. I don't try at all.
For the longest time, I never promoted anything on this show. And the only way I do it now is I literally have to write it down. This sheet right here is all the the plugs and everything. So,
yeah.
And I need to fix my camera now because I probably went super out of focus. Literally, I was hardly focused.
It's always going to be good.
All right. So for the last few
weeks, sorry,
what?
Just before we get started, can I just say that I would like to not talk politics this episode?
Didn't I say that last episode? I'm glad we're finally not on politics. And I was like,
I was just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's a good joke, right?
So long, didn't it?
We have nothing to talk about, really.
With you.
Literally the only thing we have to talk about.
No, it's okay, Cooper. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at anybody. Not yet.
Not at you.
If you've been living under a rock, then the country went to shit. The U.S. did their best impression of Brazil this past week. So we'll get into that in a minute. I'll actually just tell you right now what's on the docket for today. All of that, more of that, and then hopefully
sprinkling a dick.
Dicks, yeah. We'll end the episode with dicks. In the upcoming segment, how fucking dumb are you? Headline Blitz edition. All of the best headlines that came out of the insurrection against the U.S. Capitol. So, before we get into that, before we get into that, Mike Tarara, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm alive.
It's good.
Little tired. Took a little nappy nap with my lady.
The little lady or the big lady?
The little big lady. She's literally almost the same weight as Nick.
Jesus.
And there's a 2-year difference.
Okay.
Wow.
And she's gonna outpace him in about 6 months. She'll be able to literally suplex him when she gets pissed at him. So I appreciate that because sometimes he's a dick to her.
And Sarah, I'm not calling you fat when I said big lady. I just want that to be known.
Yes, the physical, small, I can pick her up with one hand kind of lady, or my wife.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nate, how you doing?
I'm peachy.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm just hanging out.
Down the
I
street.
don't have nothing. I'm dressed in.
He's here. He's hanging out in his underwear.
Yeah.
I'm dressed actually in my like painting clothes because I was actually just painting with my niece.
Oh, cool.
Safely.
Nice.
We're being safe.
Huff and paint.
Yeah.
Now, is that a legit Pink Floyd hoodie?
What do you mean by legit?
Well, is it? I can't really tell from the angle here. Is that just the standard Pink Floyd logo, or is it a play on the Pink Floyd logo?
It's actually Pink Floyd. It's from their tour, but I didn't actually go to the tour, so I was wondering what you meant by legit. Because technically, I'm a poser because it's the 1973 tour.
Right. And
I wasn't alive.
Clearly, you went to that one.
Yeah, clearly I went to that one. It's got like all the songs on the back and everything like that. It's cool.
You sang
like
along to every single one of them. I understand.
Yeah, I've been to actually every Pink Floyd show.
Was 2005 at Live Aid the last time that Pink Floyd actually performed as Pink Floyd?
I believe so.
Like legit Pink Floyd.
Yeah, like the surviving members at the time.
Yeah.
I think 1 or 2 have since moved on. Because there's only 2 left, if I'm not mistaken. And they hate each other. They'll perform together, but they hate each other.
They hate each other.
Really, I'm. It's not worth looking up for me, but
Yeah.
yeah, I thought is it Nick Mason, the drummer? I thought he was still around.
He is. Yeah, I think it's the keyboardist that is no longer. And then Sid Barrett, who was a few fries short of the Happy Meal. And on that note, check out our good friend Matt Leonard's podcast, Floydcast. All right. So a busy week. We've avoided politics, and we've been trying to avoid politics for the last few weeks, but it's a bit unavoidable because January 6th,
it happened.
I really hope people don't forget January 6th. I really hope people remember the date and remember what happened on January 6th. I hope it just does not go the way of other major events that have happened in history, because quite seriously, nothing like this has happened since
ever.
Well, the American Revolution.
Yeah.
Maybe the Civil War. It's been centuries since something like this happened. And it really, in my opinion, it really goes against everything that the country stands for. What a fucking mess. I was just disgusted. I literally was disgusted. And I try not to get too heavily invested in these things.
Yeah, you got to save that time for Sonic.
Which I played Sonic 2 on my phone last night and finished it with all of the Chaos Emeralds and unlocked Super Sonic, and I got that last emerald. The last emerald on the last star post of the game in Wing Fortress Zone. I was proud of myself, but anyway, I digress. I just felt sick on January 6th watching the news, and it distracted me. And work, I called my boss and was like, I'm done for the day. I can't pay attention to anything. And she's like, that's fine. No, I think you get a pass. I think everyone is like this right now. Yeah. But what a just disaster of a time we live in. And it sucks that it happened with just weeks to go in that dumbass's one term, and it sucks that it took this long for every major social media platform to shut him down. the things like this, it shouldn't have taken literally an insurrection and a failed coup attempt against the U.S. Capitol for people to wake up for this to happen, and especially for his almost all of his staunchest supporters on the Hill to realize, hey, you know what? I don't think Donald Trump is all quite there.
No, he's not. Or is he? We don't know.
Depends on who you ask.
He's either crazy or stupid.
I mean,
or both.
Is that's the thing. Why can't it be both?
I mean, like his plan is either from a place of stupidity or like, I mean, yes, it's going to all boil down to being stupid, but
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
the
like,
problem is it's not necessarily a smart or stupid plan. It's always been an egotistical plan.
it's selfish. Yeah.
It's all about him. So the plan itself doesn't matter because ultimately what happens is he cares about himself. And if it benefits him, the plan itself is smart because it benefits him.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
Do you think what happened actually benefited him?
I don't think so. And I don't think it didn't. I don't think it benefited or not benefited him at this point. I think just like he is so far in his lane of psychosis of I have to. I can't admit defeat. I can't admit I was wrong. I can't admit anything. So I mean, it's just par for the course. The problem is, it literally is fucking everybody else over, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I have opinions, but I don't know if you want to go down like conspiracy land or anything like that. Because
Want to go down conspiracy land?
Blue pill?
Want to go down there? Joint parlor.
I'm just gonna say, like, the only way I can see this benefiting him is if he does what I talked about the other day with you guys. Like, if he does use this as a way to get the 25th invoked on him without him having to step down so that he can get pardoned.
I don't know if he can get the 25th anymore. All his cabinet members are quitting before they can say anything.
Yeah, that's the only way I can see that this was like for him, good for him. That's the only way I can, because otherwise it's just fucking idiotic. You literally went on cameras and you were in front of people. It's not like you're like, oh, I didn't know I was being recorded. You had a whole fucking set of people filming you and you looked at them and said, go storm that building. Like, go get them.
Yeah, and apparently I didn't realize this. Pence's family was also in the Capitol, which is why Pence was extra fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's not getting that part.
He's like, literally, I stood by this guy for 4 fucking years, and you do this to me? Fuck you. Except he doesn't say that because he loves Jesus, and he's like, I really severely don't like you.
Yeah, I pray for you.
I think it's pretty telling that Moscow Mitch's wife resigned.
Yeah. Oh, she saw the writing on the wall. She's married evil. She didn't marry stupid. That's what Melania did.
Yeah. What was Melania doing? Melania was like doing a photo shoot or something during that whole thing, right?
Well, yeah. She wore a coat that says, I don't care.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
What pisses me off the most about this is the fact that, like, this is all happening now. Like, when he is losing all of his platform, like to avoid confusion, let me reverse that statement and say he is becoming not president anymore. He is losing all of his powers. Therefore, what's the difference that everybody's just like, all right, Twitter, all those social media platforms are like, okay, now that we can't benefit from him, now we can ban him.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, this is after 4 years, you finally did this. Too little, too late.
And it's not even too little, too late, so to speak. It's literally like, oh, you were profiting off of him. You're not willing to admit that he was good for your company, and then you're like, okay, well, since it's not that big of a loss if we cut him now because he's losing all of his power. So I guess we can do it now. We can ban him from here.
Yeah.
It's just a little frustrating.
Would have been more beneficial.
Yes, because then we would have been a lot safer during this whole pandemic.
Not to mention that when the pandemic started, he was claiming It wasn't a big deal. Don't worry about it. It's just been full of lies. There were so many opportunities that we could have acted on this, but no, it took. Well, if you look at the pandemic, then thousands of people have died, but it took on the Capitol itself. Technically, the official death toll is up to 5 now, and
there's more people that died from this than Benghazi. So,
I read a Capitol officer committed suicide. That news just broke about an hour ago.
Oh, really?
So I'm counting it as five deaths, because the fourth one was a Capitol officer, where that one was, they were pulling a Tanya Roberts, where it was a bit up in the air. Is he dead? Is he not dead? And then they confirmed he was dead, but it was the death toll was fluctuating a bit until that news broke out. I'll say also quickly that I'm trying my best not to. I'm not unfriending anyone on social media, but I am unfollowing them if they're just really speaking out their ass about their Republican beliefs. Like, okay, like, we can disagree, we can still be friends, but once you go overboard and you have your tinfoil hat on, and you're pleading with people that Newsmax is the only reputable source, and
because apparently Fox News is now part of the liberal media,
and there really are fucking 12,000 uncounted votes in Georgia, like, fuck you. That's when I stop believing you. And someone who I'm not going to name them, but they were posting on Facebook yesterday about how AOC held like a protest in Senate like last year or something, and no one was arrested then. And this person was trying to say this happened before. Why didn't we care about it then? Because it wasn't a fucking coup attempt. There wasn't
because the president of the United States didn't order a mob of people to forcefully enter the Capitol building.
Yeah,
like the false equivalency coming out of these fucking people's mouths is insane.
It's infuriating.
And I do wish that your Aunt Nate was still on Facebook as of today after her little quip to you, and I wanted to have a go with her, but unfortunately she decided to shadow ban herself.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, I'm glad you brought it up, because I wanted to pick your minds about like this whole concept of like, do you burn the bridges or not? Because it's something like I'm struggling with like constantly, because they're just such assholes all the time, and it's so fucking annoying to be like, oh, okay, I can't have an argument with you because you literally do no work. You just say nah because nah, and it's like that. You don't. It's so fucking childish to have that sort of argument, and then like it's just fucking annoying. And then on the other hand, like, do you really burn the bridges of people who don't think like you? Because then you get surrounded by people who are all thinking like you, and then you don't grow. Like, the only reason why I know what I do know is because I've heard people get it wrong and been like, let me look that up. Oh, okay. No, that's completely wrong. I wouldn't have even known it was wrong or right to begin with if they hadn't brought it up. But they're stupid, and they post things without even fucking looking it up. So here we are.
Yeah. If it's someone who is trying to cram it down my throat and it's all they talk about, then I'm going to burn the bridge, in that I'm just going to shut them out of my life.
I have not deleted anybody on Facebook.
Yeah, they've all deleted you.
Exactly. And that's the point. I have not deleted anybody off of Facebook for their political leanings. However, if they are publicly posting and it's still showing up in my feed, which is very far and few between at this point, I won't fucking hold back anymore. I was, in the first year or two, I was like, all right, whatever, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But I'd swipe through. Now, if you're fucking posting shit like you're on Parler, no, fuck you. I'll go at it. I will go at it with you.
Yeah.
Until you fucking unfriend me.
Yeah. Just go to fucking Parler.
Yeah. I mean, if you can still download it, what?
Go to Gap. Go to Parler. Yeah. Well, They claim at Parler, because if you didn't hear, Amazon Web Service, all the app stores are removing Parler, and then Amazon Web Services is like, hey, you're hosting your platform with us. We are shutting you down. But the CEO of Parler claims that they've been preparing for this, and they're just going to spin up their own solutions. So Parler might be back at some point. But as of right now, I think it's offline.
Oh, no. Woe is me. They're censoring us. It's
Just
it's a First Amendment violation.
Imagine if this was going on, and hey, who knows, maybe it was, and I'm just not old enough or cognizant enough to remember it, but imagine if all of this was going on before social media, if Donald Trump was president before social media.
Do you think it could?
He wouldn't have been able to be president before social media.
Yeah.
Good point.
I think, honestly, the fact that social media is there, like he was able to use that as like a reverb chamber and basically build his own brand through that. I think otherwise he would have gotten, like, if this was 1875 and he had to go through newspapers and, the Telegraph says, blah, 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 blah. He would have been laughed out of the fucking chamber, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, somebody would have challenged him to a duel and he would have pussyfooted around that. So
can you imagine Trump looking like George Washington? The style of the time, with the long flowing locks.
He literally had to get orange peels to like put his face on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have Cheetos back then.
I saw one. I rang all this up because one of the few people because I've got like 1,200 friends on Facebook. Because I'm the guy. I'm the guy that, like, hey, I met someone at a bar once and we became Facebook friends, and we're still Facebook friends to this day. But
yeah, I used to be like that.
There's someone with whom I am friends on Facebook who was advertising that Trump was going to be quote unquote addressing the nation on Newsmax tonight. I would imagine no other reputable
even fucking Newsmax called the goddamn election for Biden. Okay, seriously, people.
Yeah. Wasn't that like the whole thing with Fox News when he turned against Fox News because Fox News called it for Biden in Arizona?
Yeah, he literally has. I think OANN is the only one that hasn't called it yet, or maybe they even mentioned it, but they buried the lead.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. You're fucking delusional.
He's going to be addressing the nation because that's apparently the only way he can do it, because his social media outlets. Everyone he tried to go on has been shut down.
God forbid he just do a standard press briefing in his press room where all of the press is.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I'm sure you guys have seen it at John Barron 1946.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. And I wish I thought of that.
The fact that there are people out there that think it's him. Like I mean, I'm sure it's bots, but if you look at the comments on there, it's all people who are like, "You are still our president and the only president."
Did you see about the official pardon office?
No.
Presidential pardon office at Prez. I think it was like at Prez Pardon or something like that. They had this full on huge tweet. And I don't might have been like a Parler tweet or whatever it was, but hey, it was like, "Hey, this is official. This this needs to be done quickly. The president is looking to pardon every single person that every single patriot that was part of the Capitol. Please make sure that you send us your full name, where you are, and what crimes you think you may have committed, so that we can include them in your pardon." And they sent it out, and thousands of people replied, and it was not a real account. Like, it was a fucking joke account.
Are these like legitimate responses?
The legitimate responses of, "Hey, I'm John Smith. I think I beat the shit out of a guy, and I stole Nancy Pelosi's underwear out of her desk." Like, actually, that would have been like AOC's underwear out of her desk, because they've got some sort of weird fucking sexual fetish with her.
I mean, but yeah, she's not bad on the ice.
No, but for some reason, like, she's evil, she's stupid, but my God, I want her to trample my balls with her high heels.
I enjoyed that video she did where she was doing the Breakfast Club dance when she was at was it BU?
Yeah, I think she was a BUer.
Yeah. The one that people are posting like, "Oh yeah, you really gonna put someone on the hill who did this?"
Yeah, they put John Ossoff on there, and he's got a fucking Star Wars video up there.
Right.
Yeah, we can't all be dull tortoises. So, when we let's take a breather. When we come back, I want to talk about something that Nate brought up in our group chat. The
Touching people in their no-no places.
It's a very serious topic. Yes. We have the anatomy doll. Actually, no, I have Cooper here. I'll hold Cooper up to the camera and I'll now point out on Cooper where the mean president touched you.
It's the same anatomy, right?
Yeah, mostly. I think he's missing a few key parts, but we can use our imaginations. Methinks. Whatever it was, Nate, that you brought up in our group chat, you alluded to it a few minutes ago, and let's briefly talk about it before we jump into how fucking dumb are you. How about that?
What did I do?
I have no fucking clue.
All right, cool. We'll do that
though. we'll use our break to remember what it was. But before that, we do a segment every week on this podcast called Hardly Shuffled. And we have a Spotify playlist that we encourage you to please follow. It's at hardlyfocused.com/shuffled. Every week we pick our favorite songs and what we're listening to. Mike Terrara's was quite topical.
I usually do. I usually have something going on. I'm like, there's some music that probably sounds, good to the soundtrack of life here. So
yeah. So here is this week's Hardly Shuffled. We will return.
Hardly Focused
Presents
Hardly Shuffled.
Hardly Shuffled.
Check out the songs that we are currently listening to.
Private Island. Bare Hands. Charlie Tuna. Coming Through.
Competition, listen.
Jawbox. Iodine. Sex Pistols. Anarchy in the UK.
Hear more and follow the Hardly Shuffled playlist on Spotify at hardlyfocused.com/shuffled. hardlyfocused.com/shuffled. The Hardly Focused web store, featuring Hardly Focused branded shirts, stickers, and face masks. Spend some of your hard-earned money at hardlyfocused.com/store.